So overnight, we finally got the updated points from week 1 of Skirmish Season 8. Chane is gone, and a lot of other heroes are very close approaching that limit. So let's go ahead and look at what happened last weekend, as well as the next 3 weeks projection for Living Legend. A huge shout out to our channel members for supporting what we do here. If you want to get involved with the channel and the Dice Commando community, please consider joining as a channel member. Remember, these videos are only possible with your support. You can show that support with a like, a subscribe, and by leaving us a comment and sharing your feedback. Community first, and go Commando. Hey there, my flesh and blood friends. Welcome back to Dice Commando, and go again, a fabulous cast, and good morning. Thanks for checking in. You can see behind me, I'm on vacation, but hey, this game never sleeps. Now does it, right? And speaking of never sleeping, that's right, it's super early in the morning because the Living Legend stuff came out, I'm not exactly sure when, at some point over the night. So I woke up this morning and checked in, and they're there, and that's right. Chane is gone at exactly 500 points, which, as mentioned on the Dice Commander Discord, is a little suspicious. But so what I want to do a real quick recap of the points in the situation for the season, and also kind of make a note on that. So what I have up right now are the week breakdowns. Again, this is of me going at the beginning of the season and breaking down when all the points were going to be, because you know, when you go in the system now, the events that already happened are going to be gone. So it's harder to track them. And then you have to kind of rely on points, but there's always kind of a lag. And to that point, you see that should have been 120 events last weekend for Blitz, worth 480 points. Well, as of the current posting, right, what went up last night, I'm only counting 372 points, and actually you need to take away, I think there was 24 for Chane and 4 for Aria, I think it was, that were already up there. So we have, the point of that is we have not seen all 480 points posted yet, right? And I questioned that before. I was curious how they were going to get that turned around as fast as they could. So I think there's still points out there, is my point, all right? Points. All right. Either way, so week 2, looking forward, we have 544 points. Week 3, there's 636 points available. I did fix that from before, and then 360 points available. So just real quick, I want to bring up the spreadsheet. I actually modified the way that I'm doing it a little bit, not from before, but even from last time, where what you can see there, I have removed the week 1 column. I've actually hidden it because it's gone. But now what we can look at, we can say percent through week 2, through week 3, and then through week 4, right? So the purpose of looking at that is so that we can say, all right, what are the, what win rate would they need to go away week 2? What win rate would they need cumulatively to go away week 3? By week 3 is a better way to say that. And then obviously week 4 would match the season, right? And when I build spreadsheets, I like to build in checks, and that's right. The week 4 numbers did match the full season numbers. So I did it. All right, so with Chane gone, okay, so he pulled down a significant number of points. They said he pulled down in the high 20s of points over the weekend, which is pretty incredible. I questioned whether or not he would be able to make it. Obviously, he did. 27% of the points is pretty huge, right? So pulling in that 100%. Okay. So next on the chopping block is, well, in second place is Kano. I don't know that he's next on the chopping block because Kassai earned a lot of points. She was number 2 in terms of the points generated week 1. And you can see she only needs to get 7% of the wins in week 2 to ascend. Kano only needs 5.5% through week 2. I think both of those are doable. Aria only needs 9.3% of the week 2 points. That said, she hasn't been doing as well. But again, you have Chane gone. So you have to start doing the switches. I can't see Kassai not being gone after this week. She would only need to win 4% through the rest of the season to be gone. I mean, again, we all assume she's going to be gone. We all assume Kano's going to be gone. Kano only needs roughly 3% through the rest of the season. It's just a matter of when they go. But I do think it's this weekend without the both of those. All right, so what I have now, I have kind of a zoomed up version of the top 10 or so in position. And, looking at this, Emperor's not in this top 10, but I do think Emperor's someone who we should be looking at potentially. I mean, I don't think he's going to LL, right? Emperor, if you go back to the original sheet, Emperor would need 24% of the wins for the season in order to ascend. And that's not going to happen, I don't think. But I do think he could end up well in like the 250s or the 300s or something like that. I think he's going to be well positioned. And with Kano and, again, if you assume Kano and Kassai go away this weekend, do your dashes pop up? I think probably they do. Do your Iras do a little better? I think probably they do. But I think you're also going to see a flux of points coming from the bottom, right? So if you look at who did well this last week, or at least with the points reported, okay, Dash did get 32 points. Kassai got 60. Ira did get 28. Bravo at 24. Rhinar at 20. The one that surprised me was Levia only won one, which surprises me. I called her out as kind of a wild card hero. So we'll see maybe now that Chane is off the board, maybe folks go there, maybe. And then I find it also interesting, Brevant got 4 points, meaning he took down one. So I guess it can be done. So anyway, that's the situation as it sits now. I think that, again, with the numbers being shown, I think it's a pretty solid bet that probably only, if anyone goes, it's going to be Kassai and Kano. I think it would be very hard for someone else to go. Do remember, of course, with the numbers, I'll put them back up again, this is the biggest week. So no, actually, that's not true. Week 3 is actually the biggest week. But actually, that's very interesting, right? Because with so Chane's gone, and then the next 2 are likely gone this weekend. And then the biggest week being week 3, which will be the open field one. That's fascinating. Actually, it could be a very interesting week 3, given what happens this upcoming week. But again, I want to keep in mind there are a couple events this week that will technically be points that go on to week 2, even though it's not week 2, right? It's still week 1, but they'll go on to week 2's points because the cutoffs already happened. So you might have some straggler points still for Chane. It could happen. Again, I don't believe that they've tabulated all of the points. I don't think they have all the results, right? Because again, the 372 points that I have accumulated for the season doesn't match with the number of events that were available. Sure, some of those events could have changed. Maybe they decided to go sealed or whatever. Fair enough. Or limited, I mean, right? Maybe they did. Maybe that's what happened. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bit of an accounting change in the next either couple of days, or maybe just gets rolled into week 2. And then what's left for week 2 that they don't have yet gets rolled into week 3. And then maybe they wait a couple days for week 4. Either way, Chane's gone, and the bloodbath is coming. So anyway, that'll roll it up. Thanks again, quick and dirty today, just kind of playing catch up and looking at the numbers as they are. I'll obviously keep the spreadsheet updated as we go through the season, as we normally do. So keep tuning in here, and we'll track it each week as the events are posted. So anyway, thanks folks. Thanks for checking in. Good morning. If nothing else, go Commando.